to just start the intense process of studying with your full conscious and subconscious right there in your study, and there is no distraction. So that's why I chose that. You can choose library as well, but remember, few points I'm going to tell you that is very important while choosing the environment. First, it should be, you chose wisely, first it should be acting as a switch. The moment you enter that space, that's why choosing space is very important. The moment you enter that space, there is a switch, there is a door that opens in your mind and everything else fades out. वो देखते हो ना आप in portrait mode of the camera, what happens? Everything fades out and only the subject is clear, or only the subject is in the frame properly. So yeah, do that. It should be a completely zen mode, zen vibe place. It should be away from distractions. I will suggest you try to keep things away from that place. For example, your phone, your tab, or your anything. For example, your music box, your anything away from that place. That place has to be only for the purpose that you chose that place. For example, if it's study or work. So that is there. And one more important thing I want to tell you: always choose a place which is little decluttered. From decluttered, I mean, don't keep a lot of mess in that place. For example, if it's your study table also and it's stacked up with books, trust me, it will not do the exact work for you. Keep it very decluttered, keep it very clean, just keep the thing that you want to study. Rest everything, just put it in the bin, put it in the background bin. Sorry, you are not going to throw your books in the dustbin. What are you talking, Akansha? Yes, put it in the background, somewhere where you can't see it, and whatever subject you have to study, just keep it there. With that, I'll also want, if you want to know, no, I'll come to that afterwards. So yeah, that is there. So it should be complete zen mode, it should be decluttered, it should be a quiet place where you can sync your mind with your physical environment and you get in tune of it. So now you set a routine, you chose your environment where to study, where it's library, some random place, or your room. So you're done with 3 things. Coming to the fourth one, it's actually related to the third thing, is now you will decide whether you are going to study in a group or whether you're going to study alone. What I preferred was, I'm a very introvert person. I don't like, socializing much. I socialize, but I don't like socializing when I am studying. So I always chose a safe place for me where only I am there. So yeah, you can choose. Remember, a group can help you sometimes to recall and reinforcement of whatever you studied, because there is always repetition, because there are 2-3 people. And always remember, never choose a big group. It will only and only distract you. There is no purpose being served there. You start talking about random things, you start using your phone, you start laughing around, and whatever things you do. So your group should always be small. I would personally tell you to choose a group which is 2 to 3 or 4 people, consisting of 3 to 4 people. That will really help you. And if you want to study like solo like me, it's not actually solo, you and your inner self, then you can always choose your other places except library. For example, your room also. So choose your group very wisely. Yeah. If you're in a group, if you're solo, then you are there all by yourself, all happy. Yeah. With that being said and done, now let's come to the most important part of it, why you came to this video, is the 5th point, which is working, learning, or studying. Now, after following all these things, now you come to the main part of it, which is your studying part. I would like to start it in this way. So there are 2 types of learning. One is the passive learning and one is the active learning. Your passive learning is super comfortable. You are just, whatever is given to you, you are just absorbing it. Nothing much is happening. It's very quick also, it's easy also, comfortable also. And now coming to the active learning, what we want to do in our framework is we will try to do active learning but it is a little more challenging, will make you a little uncomfortable, takes more time to get adjusted to it. But let me tell you, the productivity rates are high. It's very good, very efficient method also. So always try to do active learning. I'll tell you how to do that. So this learning part is done. In active learning, what is actually in active learning? It's nothing very high-fi. It's actually you are modifying, verifying, or evolving new methods for yourself. You're actively participating, you're actively connecting with that subject, you are actively modifying it according to yourself. And yeah, it will include your discussions, your analyzing part, your creation part, your evaluation part, everything. Basically, you are into it. So it's important to make a romantic relationship with your studies, let those oxytocin levels in the brain to work for you, and always try to do active learning. Now I will tell you how to do this active learning. I'll tell you how I did it. For example, you got a subject. First of all, what you do, analyze it. Okay, you have to study this. This is the topic for me. For example, it's trigeminal neuralgia. You have to study, you analyze, you sort it. Second thing, what you want to do is sort it. Now, guys, sorting is very important. You don't need to study everything that is given in that is given in your book, that is given in your lecture. No, it's always not like that. You only need to extract things from it out from it. So sort it out. My second point would be sort it out. Third, find relevant importance of it. So when we are in college, it's not always like everything is important. You have to sort it out. After that, you see the relevant importance of it. So now you know, okay, in trigeminal neuralgia, you have to learn the etiology of it, the symptoms of it, the signs of it, and how to cure it. Now this is done. Okay, and now what you will do, you will do your learning process, how you want to do it. Then you're gonna organize it, then you're gonna memorize it, and then you're gonna apply it. It's super easy. First you get it, you analyze it first. After analyzing, sorting. Third, your relevant information extracted. Then you're gonna organize it, then you're gonna memorize it, and then you're gonna apply it. It's super easy. Now coming to from where you extract that knowledge. It can be from lectures, it can be from your self-study, it can be from your videos. Now let me tell you, while you are writing lectures, while you are listening to lectures, always remember, make it a habit of writing down things. I will tell you why, because when you're just listening to the lecture, I just told you you want to remember just 20% of it. When you are listening to a lecture, you are just doing a kind of passive learning. There is no involvement from your side. Okay, I remember I used to sit in class and like other people, not me, I used to always write. Few people used to sit in class and you have to just stare in space, and most of the time you're zoned out in college because there's so much of information going on in the lecture. So always try to write it down because it will connect your brain to your, like the motor coordination will be working super. So when you're gonna apply that knowledge in your exam, you're gonna remember, you're gonna recall it very quickly, try it out. It's super easy. Just jot down the points. Just jot it down. I'm not asking you to write whatever the teacher is saying, just jot it down. So that happened with lecture. You make a part of it in active learning process. Next is if you're studying a book, you came back from college after attending lecture and now you're reading a book. While reading a book, I will always suggest you to write, to highlight the important things that is important. Just actively participate in it. Just keep a pen or a pencil or a highlighter in your hand. Just highlight whatever you feel and whatever you have. You don't need to color the entire book. Please, I have seen especially people in medical and dental school, they'll color everything with a highlighter and the textbook will turn from white to some lemon color or some orange. No, don't do that. Just the important words. For example, if you're reading this trigeminal neuralgia, you open a book and you just see at that topic, when you just look at that page, you just see those 5 important words. For example, what is trigeminal neuralgia? If I was there, I would have underlined only trigeminal nerve, parts affected, maxilla or mandible. It's unidirectional type of pain. This is the cure, and that's it. For example, I have to go in exam and I have just 2 minutes. I have to just brush up things. I'll just open my book. I am not going to read the colored part. I am just going to see those 5 parts, 5 points that will help me to form my own answer in exam. So that is there. Always try to highlight things. Second thing I'm going to tell, actually I wanted to talk about this, how to make notes in whole new another video, because that's a very long topic and I would personally want to share my experience on it. So yeah, always make notes. Whenever you are studying from a book, it's not always super productive to just read the book, just close the book and let it go in the shelf. No. Take the book. I would personally suggest you to make condensed notes out of it, because in the exam day you are not going to read the entire book. There is a lot to study. There is gazillion amount of topics that you have to remember in your tiny brain. So always condense your notes. See, that's a part of active learning. That's a form of active learning. Always, condense your notes. We're gonna talk about it in a whole new different video. Then I'm gonna tell you about how to make notes. So what you did, now you got your lecture, you made your notes, everything. You organized it basically. Now coming to memorizing it. So see, memorizing is very important because you study everything, my friend, but if you are not going to memorize it on the day when it is required, it's of no use. So coming to memorization part, I want you to understand that repetition is very important in memorization. You have to repeat whatever you made. For example, you made notes of a particular topic like trigeminal neuralgia. You have this notes. Make it colorful. Make it in a flowchart form. I will suggest you to make it very visual. For example, layman also. For example, for that matter, a staff in your exam sees it, he just looks at your answer and he just gets to know what you're going to convey, the message that you're going to convey about that topic. Do that, and coming back to memorization, I actually switch a lot during topics because I have to tell so many things and the video is going to be super long. I can't do that. So coming back to memory, try to repeat it. Try to make a spaced repetition framework for yourself where what you actually, I'll tell you this, there is a scientific study that has been proven whenever you read something for the first time, you're gonna remember. For example, I read trigeminal neuralgia today. I am gonna remember 95% of it. I read it in the morning, raat tak, I am gonna remember almost most of it and I'll be the genius in that topic. I'll be the Albert Einstein of that topic. You ask me anything and I'll give it on your face. But let's come to the second day. Okay, I was very busy. I forgot to look back into it. Okay, ठीक है चलो. Now I'll remember around. I'll still remember 80% of it. Again, after 48 hours, still I didn't get time to see that. So what I'll remember now, I'll only remember 75% of it. Okay, pura I don't remember, but now I'm gonna remember the important things. I can still manage to write an answer about it. Again, after 72 hours, you're gonna just remember 45 to 50% of it. No kidding, it has happened to me so many times. Yes, and if you leave it for 5 to 6 days or a week, it's gone, my friend. You have to again do all the mehnat of reading everything and everything again. So please don't do it. Repetition is the key. Do repeat it. Yeah, one more thing about where these notes come into the picture. If you have made notes of your when you are studying of your topic and you keep going through those notes again and again, you don't have to go to your books again and again. Just come to your notes, look at it, look at the points, the way you have written it, your way, the summarized way of it, and then when you go in the exam and you start writing, you get example of question on the topic that you read, you actually have a mental picture of it. You visualize it 1 month before. You are in the routine of studying. You have read it in a very zen place, so you will remember most of the things. You have a proper studying pattern. You did active learning about it. So, and plus you made your notes, you memorized it. So everything is right there. Every part of it is right there that you're going to need it in your exam to score good marks. You have to just take that mental picture from the notes and everything from the memorization and just put it on the paper. No extra mehnat, it will save so much of time. You don't have to think in exam. You don't have to do some, discovery and inventions in exam. कि ये वाला answer को ना I will write like this I will write. No, it's already done. Just put it on the paper and you're good to go. It will build. It will make you super confident about you writing your paper. You will not have those jittery hands and all before going into the exam because you are done with everything. You have to just put it on the paper. So that's always the saying: work hard, but party harder. And I also believe I'm a personal believer of that thing. So yeah, there is no denial you're gonna get amazing, beautiful marks. Your productivity will be super amazing. You will be super efficient, and you'll have some lots and lots and lots of time to do other things in life. So that was it. Again, going to summarize all of it that I told you today. First, form a mental picture of it. It's very important. Second, coming to routine. Make a routine for yourself. Let it be your way. Don't follow anyone. Third, choose your environment. It can be a library or your room. Choose your group. You can go solo also, group a little small, it shouldn't be a big group. Now coming to the study part of it, make it active and not passive learning. And that is it, and you will be good to go. So guys, that was it for today. I really hope you liked this very informative video, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell. I will be coming up with more such videos, and do tell your friends about it. Do share this video to them so that they can know, and they can this video can help them too. And keep following Dr. Forceps. I am Dr. Akanksha, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.